I can't believe I'm about to say this, but when I started Zepbound, I didn't know a single soul going through this in real life. Not one person who understood what it was like to be on this journey. And then, somewhere along the way, I found my people right here in the GLP-1 community on YouTube. Today, I want to introduce you to my village. Welcome back. My name is Lynn. I'm 56 years old. I've been on Zepbound 2.5 milligrams for over 1 year. I started August 4th of 2025. I'm a wife and mother of 2, and I have lost 89 pounds so far. If you're new here, I share my GLP-1 weight loss journey, honest weekly updates, real struggles, and motivation to keep going. But today, I'm not talking about the scale. I'm talking about the people who made me feel less alone. 2 weeks before I started my shot, at the end of July, I was on vacation in Las Vegas. I had had enough. Look at this picture. This is the picture that said, aha, let's go. We're going to lose some weight. So I knew about GLP-1s. I had heard, advertisements and stuff. So I did research while I was on vacation, and I found some great channels and got as much information as I possibly could, called my doctor, got an appointment right after I got back from vacation, got the prescription, and got on the medicine. I was like, is there anybody going through this like me, over 50 years old, female, with hormones and all this stuff? And I was searching it out, and I did find some people. Here are some of the OGs that got me started on my journey. I watched a little bit before I started, and then when I started my shot, got me through the first few weeks. The Downsized, Christopher and Lorraine. Countess of Shopping, Elizabeth. Simply Sunshine, Cheryl. Brittany Rose, GLP-1. Alanda. Fit Flavor Fun, Allie. Jules Wellness Warrior. Simply Taisha. And 2.0 Mommy. I watched them because they had been doing it for at least like 2 or 3 years. Some of them started like before, like 2 or 3 years before I even started mine. And so I thought, wow, these people have experience, and I'll be able to learn a lot from them, and hear what happened to them and side effects and all this stuff. So it really meant a lot to have people out there on YouTube sharing their experience, and it really made me feel less alone. Also, some of the women who were over 50, I was like, that's me. I could relate to a lot of the stuff that they were talking about. And so it was nice to see people over 50 that, and that I could relate to. And I was thinking, what if, what if I can do this too? Because I have a couple other, couple distinct differences in my journey. So that's when I thought maybe I should start a channel. And I did. So about 3 weeks into my journey, towards August 18th, I believe, I did my first video for my channel. And I was thinking the big difference in my channel and most others is that I eat out all the time. And so I thought that would be something, kind of different I could bring to the table. Even if people don't eat out all the time, they still have to go out to eat, right? So I could teach them my tips and tricks on how to survive going to a restaurant. So that's what I did. And I became part of the YouTube GLP-1 community then. I discovered the OG channels, their schedules, and when they were likely to post videos, and I, jumped right on and watched them. And then I discovered a few of them had lives. So like the Downsized had a live on Wednesday nights. Allie Fit Flavor Fun had one on Thursday nights. Simply Taisha had one on Monday nights usually. And it was just nice to see in a live atmosphere like them in real time, and then even answering questions, and I could type in my questions and make comments, or if I like lost so much weight that week, and they celebrated it, and it was so nice. It was like interactive kind of thing, and so I thought that was really cool. Also, I noticed that when I commented on a video, like when I liked and commented, they replied, and it was heartfelt thanks, or if I had a question, they answered the question, and I was like, wow, this is really like a community. And so every time I did a video and somebody commented, I was like right back at them and replied and thanked them and commented and answered questions. And I just thought this was such a cool thing, that it's so much support. Like I would support the OGs, and then other people would support me. And then I started watching people that had just started a channel, so around the same time as me. They might have had more of a journey and just started a YouTube channel, or they just started their GLP-1 like me a couple months before or at the same time as me. And so that was cool because we were going through like it all together at the same time, for those who started around me. And so I, subscribed to them and started liking and commenting on theirs. And then they followed me back and subscribed and commented. And it was so cool. And I just want to share some of those people with you. And these are people that started their channel in like 2025, around the same time as me or a little bit before. And a few, which I'm going to mention, Small Things Daily, Megan. She had been on the journey for a while, but just started her GLP-1 channel in mid 2025. And then her mom, the metabolic midwife, Barb, she had a channel, Health at Any Cost, that she started in 2025 and changed it to the metabolic midwife. And they've been both, on the journey around the same time, or, at least 2 to 3 years. And I just thought so much of their expertise and experience, and I love their personalities, and so I love watching them. And then another one from beginning of January of 2025 was Christine's Journey. Now I related a lot to her because she's in her late 50s and I'm getting up there, and I could relate to a lot of what she was going through, and we had similar like exercise, every day or multiple times a week. And I could just, she has a great personality and was every Wednesday updates like me. And so I just really, grew to like her and watch her. And then we have a couple of younger girls and younger women, and that's Losing It Grace. And I love watching her. I know a lot of hers is cooking and what I eat in a day and meal prep. And I don't do that at home, but I still love watching her. I love her personality. And she does other videos too that are very informative and helpful for beginners and everybody going along their journeys. And I love rooting for everybody, rooting when they lose weight or if they're in a stall, and giving them support. And it's just so nice. And just some of the people I watch more for their personality, some for their content. I still support the channel and watch their videos even if I don't need them, like the eating, how to cook a meal or whatever. I just think it's kind of cool, and I just love to support the channels. Jenny Inspire, she's really, really cool in her vlogs, and I just love her editing, and it's great to watch, and she shows her meals, and so I just, you know, she's just great. And then another one who's just entered into maintenance is Enid Sibyl, and she did hers differently, her videos differently, where she, spoke out and um, shouted out to the community and all of us who follow her. She would like bring it up at the end of the videos, and I just love watching her channels. And she did a lot of get ready with me's with makeup and hair, and she reached out to me on on the side and tried to support me and offer me advice and stuff and doing my videos, and I love that. And so I was very grateful to her. And going back to Barb also did that and reached out and gave me tips and tricks on making my videos better and more conversational and just better. And that has helped for both of them. Amy Loses It. She has a live every Thursday night also. And I just love jumping on the live. And she has such a great personality that she's so like outgoing and it makes it fun. And I just love watching it. So I jump on my way to dinner. Then I have to watch the replay after dinner. But, it's great. And supporting her, I know she was in a stall for a while. And so just showing up every week and giving encouragement, it just helps. And, you know, I just love that about the community. My Fairway Life, Nicole and Anthony, they just got engaged, following their story because they're a couple going on the journey. They video their golf outings and what they do every day, and they do the daily vlog along the whole week too, and taking their shots and all this stuff, and it's just their banter back and forth. It's just fun to watch. Tamara, GLP-1 with me, I love watching her and her personality. She's down to earth and she shows us sometimes what she eats in a day and just gives us updates, and I want to be so supportive of her and she's supportive of me. And she's the cutest dog, Evie, that I love to see and always say hi to Evie. And it's just great watching somebody go through their journey and be supportive. And then the rest, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so the rest: Defining Daryl, Oh My God Becky, Chasing Sunshine with Melissa. She does a lot of videos with Brittany Rose. GLP-1 Journey in Review, Lori. Downsizing Diva, Riding the Tide with Julio, and Faithful GLP-1 Journey with Grant. The last few I had just started following in the last couple months, and they've been supportive and attending my lives. I've done 3 lives so far: June, July, and August, and the June was the best one that had like 15 or 16 people. They've gotten slowly down less people, but I'm hoping in September I'm going to change it to Monday and do a more nighttime. So it'll be probably around 6:30 Central to try and get more people, because I was doing it on Fridays at 4:30 Central, and so I wasn't getting a lot of traffic and a lot of people. So those are the main people I wanted to highlight and shout out to, and how I want, love the support from them, and I love to support them also. Some do more videos than others, like the Downsized has videos every day. I love to watch others going on the journey because that makes me feel not alone. And that's how I hope my channel is, that I don't want others to feel alone. And maybe you can relate to me being over 50 or over 55. And I do go out to dinner or go out to meals. I'm on 2.5 milligrams still. And so, I like to exercise. I also wanted to show you some of my comments, and it means so much to me when you comment and like my videos, because it moves me. It makes me want to do more videos and, do more videos for you to help you. Now I wanted to read some of the words and comments that people have written directly to me and part of my community. So good to see you're doing so well on 2.5 milligrams. It inspires me to stay on this dose too. Lynn, you are such a glorious example of what can be accomplished with these meds. Not only have you lost all this weight on 2.5 milligrams, and even more impressive to me is that you eat out in restaurants most meals. Way to go. Lynn, congratulations on a successful DEXA scan. Thank you for being so transparent with your journey. I hear you. Thanks for sharing. Second month here and only lost 4 pounds and went up 1 today. Disappointing, but I hear you. Will keep my faith in the process. That's another thing is people share their journeys with me, and it feels like they trust me with their information and their story. And I love to like check back in or have them check back in with me and see how it's going in a couple months. Lynn, I can almost cry. You've come such a long way. What an amazing video. Congrats. I'm in my maintenance stage and still learning about myself every single day. You're an inspiration. God bless you. Wow, congratulations on that success, or should I say successes. And thanks for being brave and show the loose skin. It's reality, and we all have to face it. Thank you. Love this vulnerable reality of your journey. It gives us all hope in what we are also going through. You've done so well, Lynn. You put in the hard work, and you're one of the lucky people who the medication worked great for at the lowest dose. A win-win. Congratulations. You've come so far. You're doing fantastic and have been consistently doing so. Congratulations on your 1-year Zeppiversary. Congratulations, Lynn. You were an inspiration when I started my journey 2 months ago on Zepbound, and you continue to be one today. Sending you good vibes for continued success and for keeping it real. All of these messages, plus all the other ones, I would be here for hours if I read them to you. My video from 2 Sundays ago, it blew up. It has over 7,000 views now, and it's like, wow, I couldn't believe it. And so many comments, and I've answered all the comments, and I feel so grateful for all of you. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all of your comments. And I do really care about each and every one of you. So I hope you'll keep me updated as we go along our journeys together. These comments that you leave for me are part of my village. And you're part of it too. And that's what makes it so special and so supportive. I want to thank all the OG creators and all the others that I mentioned, because you still show up and you still support all of the rest of us in the community. And whether you go online and you try and find a video to watch, it might be just the thing you need to hear that day. Whether you're in a funk because you're in a stall, or you gained a pound on the scale, or you don't feel like exercising, and you see somebody that is like motivating and exercising and saying don't worry about the scale, and they just change your whole outlook on the day. And I just can't say enough about the GLP-1 community and all the creators and supporters and all the people who watch my videos and support me. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it means so much to me. And speaking of support, I had just reached 1,000 subscribers this past week, and I'm trying to work on my watch hours. When I get to 4,000 watch hours, I'm at like 3,300 now, or 3,400. I can get monetized, and it's just, I'm so grateful to all of you who watch. and support me. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel, and so you can watch more videos. And when I do my weekly updates on Wednesday, and then usually on Sundays, like today is where I have my other video, and I'm, toying with the idea of putting out like another maybe motivational or exercise one, but that's still in the works. And I just want you to know that you're not alone, and I am here, and others are here to support you. And, we're not in competition. There's different channels for different people and personalities, and you just find your people that you like. And that's who you subscribe to and you watch and support. And it's just such a great community. I started this whole journey alone, and look what I found. You are welcomed into the village, the GLP-1 community, and it can just keep growing because there's going to be more people on GLP-1s. There's going to be more people that have finished their journey and are in maintenance, and teaching all of us who are still on the journey about maintenance. And, it just goes on and on. And I'm just so grateful. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching, and have a great week.